Good morning, lovely ones. I'm Sheila Maria. I'm looking a bit bedraggled this morning. It's great to be with you. I am a psychic medium for Starseeds, and I am here today to really give you some insight about what's coming and really how to cope with that. So I am seeing so many sensitive souls feel absolutely crushed. And I will tell you that this is something I went through last week, and it was my two best friends, Grace and Claudia, and my husband, Gary, that got me through that. And what I experienced, to put it in blunt terms, was feeling absolutely thwarted no matter what I did. And I did a lot of clearing of my energy field in the last 24 hours. And I'm seeing now so many sensitive souls that seem to be going through what I've just been through, and it all feeling absolutely pointless. Now, if it doesn't feel like this for you, brilliant, you're doing great. But what I wanted to do in layman's terms is to talk to you very honestly about what's coming in, how it's going to be. And I also want to talk to you about what you can do right now. So first of all, lean on the people who understand. Even if they're hundreds of miles away from you, even if you haven't spoken to them for months and months and months, and you were at a retreat together, whenever, please tell the people that understand how hard being physical is for you, that it is hard being physical, okay? The other thing I'm going to say is, if you do get feelings of wanting to go home and not be here, and I'm not talking suicide because that isn't the way that a starseeder usually thinks, it's just that we know that this isn't our home and it's bloody hard to be in this environment. Allow yourself to really feel it. Then have a really good sleep, a cup of tea, and start again. Okay? Okay, thank you. So Archangel Michael's here, and he says, every time we get to a point that we can't cope, when you go through the feeling, and you may then just go to bed and wake up the next morning thinking, I just don't know what my purpose is, right? You've actually done your part, and you may not feel like you've done anything, because this is what we consider doing to be. But as my best friend Grace said to me, it's being here that is the doing. And what I want to say to you all is that the true role of the light worker is not to rescue, not to save, not to patronise or placate, not to sacrifice, suffer or heal. It is to awaken and catalyse. And this is another thing that I've been asked to share. A lot of you are doing exactly that. You may well have clients that don't like how truthful you are. You may have people that want you to allow the status quo to stay the same, and you can't. You may not be able to give what you once gave. You may not be able to put up with what you once put up with. That is your job. And as uncomfortable as it is, you are doing your job. Our job is to chip away at the density. And just as, using the analogy of a light bulb in a black, mining pit, and there's one candle, that is our job, is to chip away at the darkness. And each time we believe that we are overcome and we cannot do it anymore and we want to go home, and we have the sheer grit to wake up the next day and be prepared to give life another go, even though we don't seem to be getting anywhere, even though we don't seem to be appreciated, even though we don't seem to be understood. That is why you're here. So that was the first message. The second message is, I want you really to understand your crystalline energy. Now, this is something that I help many, many different people in many, many different ways. And a lot of the time, people can be pretty mean and they don't understand what it costs me or how hard it is for me to even be on earth. I would go home tomorrow in an hour if I could, even though I have a lovely life. And the fact that people don't understand how hard it is for you is because they haven't got the same energy as you. So, all right, you're in a body, they're in a body. You've got an aura, they've got an aura, right? They would probably say that they're a sensitive empath, and they would probably think that their sensibilities and sensitivities and their morals and their ethics are better than yours because you don't back down. I recently just had this. But being a catalyst, being a being of the light, means you're here on the ray of truth. We are not talking about what I call the love and the light brigade, spiritually bypassing. We are talking about the truth, which is hard, which hurts, which makes us cry, which makes us scared. But in the end, you do move forward. You do stay here another day. You do whatever the hell it is that you have to do. And by the way, light workers and starseeds have to sort themselves out if they are hoping to help anyone else. We don't have to be perfectly healed. I know I'm not, but we do have to be living our truth. And that means looking at the areas of our life that we would rather ignore. Okay, so that means romantic relationships that aren't working. It means if you have adult children with addictions. It means if your sex life is crap. It means if you feel shit about your body, whatever it means. Okay, so the next message I have for you is really about your crystalline nature. It is so crucial that you do not allow others to take chunks out of your self-esteem. You might try and help someone. They may take you totally the wrong way. And you may not understand how they could take you the wrong way, but they did. And they may tell you all sorts of things that from their perspective are true about you. I just had this. And it's okay. And it really hurts. Now, your spiritual ethos may be, let them have their say. You know what? Don't. It's okay to get angry when someone takes the piss. It's okay to stand up for yourself. And if under the guise of being spiritual, they tell you that you are a being of the dark, or whatever it is analogy they come up with, it doesn't matter. Because not every starseed and every light being is going to get on with other light beings. And there is nobody that is any brighter or better or lighter than anybody else. So just because they're a light worker and you're a light worker doesn't mean you're going to get on. It doesn't mean you're going to agree. It doesn't mean you're going to appreciate each other. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to be pissed off with what the other light worker says to you. Don't let people take chunks out of your self-esteem. If you start to feel that you are being compromised energetically, you are being compromised. Now, this is different to just not being able to give someone enough, because the people that are right for you will understand that you've got, you know, your head up your arse and you're meeting yourself coming backwards, but you will be there when you can. The wrong people will keep coming to you with excuses or accusations or comments, or, you know, insights that they've had about you, or something that they just want to let you know about that's taking chunks out of you. Don't allow it to happen, because what actually happens is they literally take a chunk of your auric energy. So when we say star seeds, it's time to shine, it's not about healing the world. It is about looking after number one, and then looking after your energy as you're looking after others. Okay, the next thing we want to talk to you about is what's coming. So there's lots of people talking about the systems crashing and all of that. Okay, you knew all this before you came. You knew, even though you don't remember, exactly what was going to happen. You will play the role you're supposed to play within your family, within your relationship, within your community, within the world. Don't worry so much about making an impact. You are making an impact just by being on earth. That is enough. And as long as you are coping within yourself, you are doing everything that you came here to do. Don't be scared about losing. You won't lose anything that's really yours, because what's going to happen this month and November is that wherever our true vibration is, that's what we're going to have in our life. So the money you earn, the relationships you have, the friendships that flourish, the careers that take off or don't, is to do with how you feel about yourself, not the way that other people feel about you. So look after yourself, look after number one. You can't look after anybody else if you don't look after you. I am going now. I want to give a big shout out to my three supporters, which are Gary, my amazing husband, my best friends Grace, I love you darling, and Claudia, I love you to bits. I'd bang you both if I were gay, but I'm not, but there you go. If I can help you, I am launching my new service, which is called Activating Atlantis, and this is where very, very deep healing is taking place at a cellular level, so that your crystalline nature can help you to manifest the life you want to create for yourself and others on earth. So this is where we are doing very, very deep work on your karmic template. We are getting rid of, you know, betrayal by source. We are getting rid of invisibility clauses. We're getting rid of patriarchal influences. We're giving you Atlantean codes of power, and you get readings every week. You get trance activations every week, and it's all on my website. So if you know that you're from Atlantis or Lemuria, you need to check that out. I would love to have you as being part of that and help you to shine like the star seed you are. Lots of love. We love you. Bye bye for now.